send his opponent across the ring, fighting out of the blue corner. He is the defending world champion. He wears maroon with blue and gold trim. He scaled at the lightweight limit of 100. Undefeated IBF, WBO, WBA, WBC franchise, and Ring Magazine lightweight champion of the world, the Takeover, Teofimo Lopez!
Wearing gray trunks with gold trim, he brings a perfect record into the ring. Way of knockout. He is the 2016 Olympic silver medalist, the former featherweight champion of the world, the reigning and defending
Protect yourself at all times. Keep this fight clean at all times. Then what I say, you must obey. Good luck, touch them up.
Waiting on a mistake. Oh, and right now, you can see the. Oh, there it is. The offense.
Oh, there's a good left hand from Shakur Stevenson as came straight in. Shakur Stevenson filled that gap. Speed, hitting what he's doing.
Good
right
shot.
hand from Lopez. Oh, he lunges in. Hand that went low moments ago. You saw.
The fight began as a measured contest of awareness and control, with Lopez and Stevenson using patience, positioning, and subtle choices to define the early moments.
Shakur Stevenson filled that gap. Speed, hitting what he's doing.
Good
right
shot.
hand from Lopez. Oh, he lunges in. Hand that went low moments ago. You saw Shakur's reaction to Kenny Bayless.
Woo! Meeting him with the straight left hand.
Oh, there's a knockdown scored with a left hand. Pinpoint accuracy. Stevenson scores the knockdown early in round 6.
I think it was more.
Stevenson took command early, using his southpaw jab less as a scoring tool and more as a setup, hovering just beyond Lopez's range and forcing repeated resets. Lopez stayed composed, advancing with patience, selling feints, coiling his hips, and waiting for the single opening that could change everything. When he finally let it go, the crowd felt it instantly.
Good shot.
With the right uppercut. The switch hitter comes in behind that jab and around with that right hand. It was mostly blocked. There's an uppercut on the inside.
He's just trying to use that as a rangefinder. He's looking for the uppercut and the combinations.
He just threw it.
He's not liking it at all. Will get frustrated. He will commit.
At times, Stevenson operated on a different level, evading punches by the narrowest margins, stepping offline, and answering with precise counters that turned the fight into a lesson in control.
Himself and go back to his old.
Slow him down to the body.
Keep him up, keep him up.
He got Shakur standing still.
Side again. Trying to cut off.
Shot over the top besides that left hook. It's puzzled by the miss.
On the clap. As he just came out southpaw.
Without warning, Lopez would shatter the rhythm, closing space in a flash, unloading sharp combinations that drove Stevenson backward and erased any sense of comfort. As the fight wore on, the pace evolved. Stevenson began investing downstairs, using body shots to lock up Lopez's defense before slipping punches through openings. Lopez answered with force, crowding the space, using his weight, and throwing with clear intent to do damage. The momentum never stayed put, swinging in brief waves as each man seized moments from the other.
Shakur Stevenson filled that gap. Speed, hitting what he's doing.
Good
right
shot.
hand from Lopez. Oh, he lunges in. Hand that went low moments ago. You saw Shakur's reaction to Kenny Bayless.
Woo! Meeting him with the straight left hand.
Oh, there's a knockdown scored with a left hand. Pinpoint accuracy. Stevenson scores the knockdown early in round 6.
I think it was more.
Down the stretch, the fight narrowed into a clash between resolve and accuracy. Stevenson remained calm and selective, managing his output and choosing moments carefully, while Lopez pressed forward, searching for something decisive enough to change everything. When the last bell sounded, neither man celebrated. Both stood exhausted and marked up, as if the unanswered questions mattered more than the result. The arena hummed with debate before the echoes had even faded.
I want to bet whatever.
Yeah,
You want to
whatever.
Whatever you want to put up.
I bet that you can't.
No, say it. Say it. Say it. Say it.
I bet that your mouth can't fit.
Say what you bet.
I would smack this. I smack this. What you just say? Hey.
You're gonna feel like a foot in your mouth. You're gonna feel like a foot in your mouth. You're gonna feel like a foot in your mouth.
Come on, man. You know.
Hey, to all y'all, when do you? Hey, when does everybody consider leaving?
I would smack out of your
boy. In your mouth.
Hey, I would smack out of you.
Like, yo, he's an acrobat.
Let's go, Jay.
The weigh-in carried its own intensity. Stevenson went first, stepping onto the scale with a calm, unreadable expression as it settled at 138.6 pounds.
£138.6 for the undefeated challenger, Shakur Stevenson.
Lopez approached the scale with more energy, his shoulders relaxed but ready, stopping at 139.6 pounds, exactly a pound above Stevenson. The contrast was striking. Stevenson precise and controlled, Lopez full of force and presence. When they faced each other, the room fell silent. No showmanship, just a tense stare that seemed to stretch on forever.
139.6 for the reigning and defending champ.
Stevenson remained unflinching, chin tight to his chest. Lopez edged forward slightly, feeling the distance, chest raised, jaw firm. Security lingered nearby, but neither fighter made a move. The tension was precise and measured. Cameras snapped. The crowd was silent, collectively holding its breath. In that instant, the inevitability of the fight was undeniable.
I'm ready. Honestly, I'm gonna tell y'all the truth. I've been boxing guys like this since I was 8 years old, outboxing them, outsmarting them. This is gonna be nothing different.
There's a lot of energy between you two guys this week. What was your final message to him at that face-off?
I can't wait to see him tomorrow. I can't wait. It's my time. I've been ready for this moment since I was a child, and now it's all coming together.
The press conference gradually lost its promotional flair as the real stakes became clear. Rick Reno described the victory over Stevenson as potentially the defining moment of Lopez's career, while also noting it would be Stevenson's most challenging fight to date. The room's energy shifted. This was no longer marketing hype. It was a confrontation with real consequences.
The odds against Lomachenko, he upset the odds against Josh Taylor, and if he upsets the odds on Saturday, for me, it's the biggest win of his career because I regard Shakur as a better fighter than the other two guys. That's just my opinion.
Eddie Hearn drove the message home. Money wasn't the motivation for either fighter. This fight wasn't about paychecks or leverage. It was about legacy. Two men in their prime were willingly taking risks over seeking comfort, choosing Madison Square Garden because greatness rarely emerges in safe spaces.
Aren't standard guys. These are guys that are chasing greatness in a sold-out arena that has hosted Muhammad Ali and Sugar Ray Robinson and Rocky Marciano. That's what these guys are after. They're chasing.
The mood shifted dramatically when James Prince sparked tension, mixing humor with pointed trash talk and crossing into personal territory, immediately heating the room. Shortly after, Lopez's team reframed the moment with history, referencing his performance against Lomachenko and highlighting how he has excelled as the underdog. Confidence hid behind subtle warnings. From that point on, control dissolved, betting challenges, jabs at family, insults, and overlapping voices transformed the press conference from scripted promotion into outright hostility.
I feel like a foot in your mouth.
Come on, man. You know.
Hey, to all y'all, when does everybody consider leaving?
I would smack out of you.
Nuts in your mouth.
Hey, I would smack out of you.
Like, yo, he's an acrobat.
Let's go,
he's in the clown mode. Stop clowning, man.
Let's go, Jim.
Hey,
ain't nothing to be funny
It's so big, it's like a foot in your mouth. Hey, look how they get riled up. Oh, yo, can it be Saturday already?
All right.
Let it be Saturday.
Stevenson eventually grounded the room, explaining why he had brought hundreds of kids from New Jersey. A calm, purposeful moment that made the earlier chaos feel even louder by contrast. He reinforced his mindset, emphasizing that the fight wasn't personal and that emotion is a liability, revealing the precision and calculation behind his approach. Lopez closed the night differently, not with theatrics, but with quiet confidence, describing himself as mentally and spiritually sharp, fully locked in, and leaving the room with a simple, resonant promise to win that outlasted any taunts.
And you know one thing though, hey look, my only last thing, Shakur,
and you can't change
when it's all
that.
said and done, because I've been in that position,
Words
but when
can't
it comes
change
to
that.
you,
Saturday night,
Words
make sure
can't
y'all
change
tune
that.
in. I'm gonna beat this boy.
alright
With
now,
everything
when it
I
comes
love.
to it,
Hey, yo.
Make sure
when it
y'all
comes
tune
to
in.
it, when it comes to it,
the way you
they
box,
all not gonna be
the way
cheering
you
you on
box
after
out-
this.
Immediately after the press conference descended into psychological warfare, Lopez stepped up to the side mic and somehow turned the chaos into focus rather than distraction. What stood out wasn't the trash talk, it was the way he spoke about alignment, energy, and timing, as if he was contending with the moment itself as much as with Stevenson. When he denied any personal attacks and rejected that narrative, you could sense a fighter who felt misrepresented, almost daring fate to challenge him. During the stare-down discussion, Lopez remarked that he saw something dark in Stevenson's eyes. Whether you interpret it literally or metaphorically, it reveals the intensity of his mindset. This isn't just a boxing match for him, it's a moral struggle, purpose against persona. I was struck when he slowed down to talk about his father's absence, not defensively, but matter-of-factly. That's Lopez at his most formidable, calm, reflective, and fully in control.
Anything that you might have just gotten under his skin where you sense any sort of fear?
Oh yeah, it'll show. I just gotta rip it out. Just gotta take it out from his soul. Show the real fear that he has inside him.
He said he was doing some mind games in that, in the press conference to get into your head. You feel like you got into your head? You stayed composed the whole time. Normally, when people do that to you, you always stay composed. You feel like he got into your head with those mind games?
What mind games were they doing?
The gift for your dad, talking to
Oh,
him.
look how God works, I said.
When Lopez laughed about getting Stevenson out of his seat and called it a game, it was classic mischief, but there's method behind it. He likes to stir the calm waters just to see how they react. The line that stood out wasn't about Saturday's fight exploding. It was when he said the first punch changes everything. That's a fighter signaling that momentum is his currency, and he plans to spend it early. When he declines to outline a single strategy, insisting there are many, it isn't arrogance, it's experience speaking. Lopez exists in contradiction. Part thinker, part trickster, part relentless pressure fighter, laughing one moment, completely focused the next. You don't have to buy everything he says, but you can't dismiss it. This wasn't a shout into the void. It was a quiet, confident warning. And those are the ones that land the hardest.
Or his camp or whatever.
Just all of it, his persona, the way he carries himself, the way he says he's gonna beat my ass right here, right now if he wanted to. And all I'm thinking about is that time when he punched a civilian at a nightclub after in the parking lot, and then when he actually swung and hit a woman at the same time. Every time he tells me he's gonna beat my ass, he beat right there. That's what comes back to my mind is that video. So, that's evil though. That's really...
Coming off Lopez's spiritual, fiery energy, Stevenson brought an entirely different presence, like the room switched from flame to dry ice. What stands out is how he doesn't reject the chaos, he contains it. When he says Lopez tried to get in his head and he returned the favor, it's not about emotion, it's a transaction. You poke, I poke back, but I don't dwell there, is the message. His strict boundary around family, especially mothers, underscores the discipline beneath his calm. Shakur's mental approach is methodical, rules govern his mindset, and Lopez stepping outside them only reinforces that control outperforms noise. Even his discussion of camp is clinical, keeping Lopez in his focus for 12 weeks, embracing discomfort, sacrificing personal time. This isn't hype, it's routine for someone who treats boxing as a profession, not a spectacle.
You feel like you got into his head, just talking about his dad and, bringing that gift. Was that something that you planned?
No, I didn't plan that, but I see he tried to get in my head, so I returned the favor. He got a little bit too disrespectful.
How did he get disrespectful?
I heard him say something about my mother. I don't like mother games. I don't play certain games like that, so I don't respect that shit. At the end of the day, it's a fight. Good job. Keep trying to do what he's doing, but I got to just stay focused on.
Then comes the Bud Crawford reference, and everything clicks. When Stevenson says, "This time I'm going to listen," it's chilling, because we've already seen how dangerous he is when improvising. Now is adding discipline to his intelligence, an upgrade nobody asked for but everyone will feel. He also downplays Lopez's past victories, framing them as context-dependent rather than fear-inducing, reducing legend to variables. When he describes anger as a tool reserved for fight night, it's the language of a veteran in a young body. No chest thumping, no speeches about destiny, just measured timing. Even his comments on pound-for-pound rankings are precise. Top 4, not top 1, not a dream, simply a goal. Stevenson radiates pressure without panic. Lopez seems to wrestle with the universe itself. Stevenson is focused squarely on the man in front of him. Historically, that distinction has decided far more fights than people acknowledge.